Hey guys, for today's tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how to make contour lines using Sketchup. Let's get started. So to start with, Sketchup has this cool feature called Geolocation where you could easily search up any site around the world basically and chuck it in your modeling space, working modeling space, and you could easily get that data. So in order to do that, click on File and scroll down and you can see geolocation. Let's just do that again. Click on geolocation and you could click on add location. So it opens up this new window where you could just search up anywhere where the site or the project is located. For today's video, I'm going to be showing you this sloped terrain site in the Philippines. I figured this would be a nice location to use for this tutorial because um, the site's the site's contours pretty strong. So once you've got your site selected, to your right you could click on select region and that should open up a box where you could easily move around on where or how big you want your terrain site to be. So you could maybe that, and then once you're done with that, click on import and that should generate the photo and the terrain to your model space. So once that's done, it should import this image of the terrain. So obviously right now it's flat. In order to get the terrain slopes of the site, you need to go back to geolocation. So click on File, click on geolocation, and click Show Terrain. So that shows the slopes, like it automatically integrates the slopes of the site, and you could easily model, or once you've had your model, you could easily place that down there. Show you a little quick example. Have this cube, just sort of place that there, and there you go. But we could also use this ideology in creating contour lines for your site. So if you click on camera, top, what we're going to want to do is create a rectangle around your site that you just imported. So create a rectangle, something like that, and then move this rectangle all the way to the bottom. So what we're basically doing is creating multiple copies of this rectangle all the way to the top, and that should sort of create those lines for each of the elevations. So in order to do that, there you go, from there. On your keyboard, you want to press on Control, and then while holding on to Control, you're going to want to drag that rectangle upwards to the blue axis. So for this one, maybe to the bottom right, you can see how um, how far the second copy is. So for this one, maybe a 5,000 millimeter distance, and that should create that. But once you've pressed enter, don't move anything just yet. Um, Type on how many copies you want the rectangles to be. So for this one, just eyeball it. You want all the copies to reach the top of this terrain. So maybe like, I don't know, 25 copies. So you type on 25 or like any number and then press X and then press enter. So that should automatically generate all these copies that should cover the terrain. So the next thing you're going to want to do is, by default, the terrain is going to be locked. So if it's red, it means it's locked. So you want to unlock that. So easily right click, press on unlock. And then you want to select the entire thing, so all those rectangles and the grouped terrain, and then click on right click, and then select intersect faces with selection. So what that's going to do is sort of intersect all those lines with the terrain, basically cutting all these rectangles. and producing the lines on the terrain. So once that's done, you want to delete all the rectangles, and then that should show you all these contour lines. And then after that, you could easily just right click and hide your terrain, and that should automatically generate your contour lines. So camera on top, and you could export that as 2D, and then you could use this for diagrams, for analysis. Yeah, basically how you could create contour lines using SketchUp.